I had a talk with a guy who said that he is monitoring switches, but sometimes he gets false alerts that the device is not returning data. But in fact, it was a false alert because his switches were simply overloaded and were ignoring the monitoring program response. And in NetCrunch, you can distinguish between alerts that something is not working and monitoring issues, which mean we are not sure about the device state because it's not responding to our monitoring request. And the reason for that can be either that your network is slow, but if everything is in the same network locally, another reason is that simply your device is overloaded. You need to check if the resources that you have assigned to this device are sufficient for it to work. Because if the device is overloaded, it's prioritizing doing its job and dropping responses that it would normally execute when the monitoring software is asking about some metrics or statuses. And in such situation, of course, the obvious solution would be provide more resources, but you cannot do it at a short notice. The second option would be to, for example, allow it to do a few more checks. And only when 2 or 3 requests are dropped, then respond that the device is down. Another option is to extend the timeout, which means give it more time to respond. And in this way, you can make sure that you are receiving responses even from busy devices while allowing them to respond even in the really busy situation or times of the day. And this is the way where you can be really smart about your monitoring management. You can distinguish between the real problem and the issue that is resulted to the way the device is responding to your requests. Actually, it was a conversation because the guy was using some open source system, and he said that sometimes for some devices he's only receiving responses from time to time, and I advise him check if your device is not overloaded, because open source monitoring often does not distinguish why the responses are not coming regularly. And in NetCrunch, you can optimize the way you are asking the device about its performance so that you can accommodate to the really busy devices, really overloaded devices, and have a constant feedback about the status and the performance of the device.